Since our founding in 1961, the Religious Action Center of Reform Judaism has led the Jewish community to take action on the most pressing justice issues of our time, all in deep partnership across lines of faith and in diverse coalitions. The civil rights community's contributions to the 1964 Civil Rights Act and the 1965 Voting Rights Act were drafted in our conference room. Today, we continue the struggle to protect the right to vote and ensure that the promise of our democracy is accessible to all.
Every voice must be heard because every vote must be counted.
We bring together leaders and activists in order to bring forth the world that we want to see.
As our leaders once marched at Selma and on Washington for peace and equal rights, today we pursue anti-racism work in our communities and advocate for racially just policies and laws that will create a more fair and equitable society. And we're transforming the Jewish community to be a diverse, equitable, and inclusive space, inspired by the knowledge that every human being is created in God's image.
Racial equity, diversity, and inclusion touches the RAC's social justice work in every way that it possibly can. It's the lens through which we see everything.
We're working to end the white supremacy, hate crimes, and anti-Semitism that pervade our society, and to stop the scourge of gun violence that plagues the United States. We are committed to achieving and maintaining accessible health care for all, and to enacting meaningful reform of our country's fractured immigration system. We're fighting for the full and unequivocal civil rights of people of color, LGBTQIA+ people, people with disabilities, and all those who are disenfranchised and marginalized by our society.
The call to know, to care about, to be proximate to the other, to the stranger, is the true social justice message of our Torah that has been amplified and refracted through the lens of Reform Jewish history throughout our existence.
We're determined to realize environmental justice and sustainable policies that address climate change, ensuring a healthy and safe future for generations to come. We're working to ensure that abortion and reproductive rights are protected for all Americans and don't depend on where you live or how much money you have. And each election year, we mobilize voters through nonpartisan civic engagement campaigns that reflect the fact that our democracy is strongest when every voice is heard and every vote is counted.
It's really an amazing feeling to work on a piece of legislation for sometimes years and years, have it pass, realize you just made the lives of millions of people better.
Inspired by the mandate to protect the most vulnerable, the widow, the orphan, and the stranger, our Jewish values compel us to pursue justice and commit to the hard work of creating meaningful change. Together, we're transforming the landscape of North American life. We train thousands of clergy members, lay leaders, and Jewish youth every year to mobilize their communities for change. Our popular Bernard and Audrey Rappaport Litaken Social Justice Seminar for Teens and our Rabbi Balfour Brickner Clergy Fellowship create networks and empower Reformed Jewish activists of all ages to lead their own communities in creating change.
We've engaged clergy and lay leaders from across anywhere from 30 to 100 congregations at the state level to see changes happen that make everyone safer and more likely to thrive.
Guided by the prophet who commanded that we do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly with God, our Eisendraft legislative assistants play a pivotal role in our legislative advocacy, representing the reform movement on Capitol Hill and in issue-based coalitions in Washington, D.C. And across the U.S., our state-based affiliates are organizing Reformed Jewish congregations and communities to create deep relationships with diverse partners and meaningfully impact local and state legislation.
The way in which we reach our congregants and congregations across North America really gives us an impact that is unique in the Jewish social justice world.
Together, we're building power. Our leaders are mobilizing congregations and engaging North America's Reformed Jewish community to have an impact on the local, state, provincial, and federal levels in the relentless pursuit of justice. We believe in and are taking direct action to create a better world for us all. A world of wholeness, justice, compassion, equity, and joy. A world for us, for our children, for our grandchildren, and for generations to come.
If we all come together across all kinds of lines of difference, then we can be the change in the world that we believe in.